It appears that the 2024 F1 Constructors Championship is shaping up to be a direct contest between Red Bull and McLaren. However, there is an intriguing possibility that Mercedes could play a decisive role in determining the outcome of this championship battle. Red Bull and McLaren are locked in a fierce competition. With 10 rounds left in the season and 485 points still up for grabs, the gap between the two teams has narrowed to just 42 points, creating a scenario few could have anticipated. This championship fight is a surprise to many. It's not the Drivers' Championship, which typically draws the most attention, but it is a battle that no one saw coming, especially after Red Bull's dominant season last year and a strong start to this one. The notion of McLaren challenging Red Bull seemed almost impossible, particularly after the first 5 rounds when it looked like Red Bull would continue their dominance. Yet, here we are, and the prospect of this unexpected contest is nothing short of thrilling. The turnaround is remarkable. After the Miami Grand Prix, Red Bull's lead over McLaren was a formidable 115 points. Although Red Bull's largest lead in the constructors' standings this season was 71 points over Ferrari following the British Grand Prix, Ferrari has since fallen behind, now trailing McLaren by 21 points. The Woking-based team's progress over the past 8 rounds has been nothing short of extraordinary, as they've built significant momentum. Lando Norris's victory in Florida might have seemed fortuitous at the time, but what has followed has been anything but lucky. Since the race in Miami, Oscar Piastri has scored 126 points, while Norris has added 116 points to his tally. This level of consistency highlights not only McLaren's significant improvements to the MCL 38 but also the exceptional performances of their two drivers. In contrast, Red Bull's situation is more complex. Max Verstappen has collected 141 points during the same period, but his teammate Sergio Perez has managed only 28 points. This disparity has become Red Bull's Achilles heel. Perez has been given a reprieve, with 10 rounds left to prove himself and secure his seat for next season. If he fails to improve, Red Bull risks losing the Constructors' Championship in their attempt to give him another chance. Even if Perez manages to turn things around and deliver the performance expected of him, it might be too late. The once comfortable lead Red Bull held has evaporated, and McLaren's car is now on par with the RB20, a machine that has become increasingly unpredictable. While the RB20 remains a strong package, its volatility means that even if Perez regains his form, Red Bull is still facing a tough head-to-head battle with McLaren. But there's another factor to consider: Mercedes. The reigning champions, who appeared to be out of contention earlier in the season, have staged an impressive recovery. Their resurgence has the potential to transform the battle between Red Bull and McLaren into a three-way contest for victories and podiums. Whether Ferrari can rejoin the fray remains uncertain, but Mercedes' re-emergence poses a significant threat to McLaren's championship hopes. With 2 victories on merit in the past 3 rounds, Mercedes' return to form could influence the outcome of the Constructors' Championship. A 3-way fight for wins and podiums might actually benefit Red Bull more than McLaren. Mercedes consistently scoring strong points would help maintain the status quo, making it harder for McLaren to close the gap on Red Bull. However, there's also a scenario where Mercedes' involvement could work against Red Bull. If Mercedes consistently finishes between Red Bull and McLaren, it could reduce Red Bull's ability to defend its lead, especially on weekends when McLaren dominates. But unless this happens in a consistent and unusual pattern, even if Mercedes splits the two teams, McLaren could still come out on top over the final 10 rounds. Conversely, if Red Bull remains the stronger team and Mercedes hinders McLaren, it would reinforce Red Bull's position at the top, helping them secure their 3rd consecutive Constructors' title. In essence, Mercedes' presence in the fight for wins and podiums might ultimately protect Red Bull's lead rather than aiding McLaren's pursuit. While McLaren has made a remarkable comeback and turned the championship into a real contest, the involvement of Mercedes could be the deciding factor. If Mercedes continues to perform at a high level, they could inadvertently help Red Bull retain their crown by disrupting McLaren's momentum. As the season progresses, the battle for the Constructors' title will likely be as much about strategy and team dynamics as it is about outright speed, with Mercedes playing the role of a potential kingmaker in this thrilling championship race.
Thanks for watching, Papaya Fanatics. If you enjoyed this deep dive into McLaren and F1 latest updates, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss out on our next video. packed with all things McLaren, F1, and more. We're building a community here, and your support means the world to us. So drop a comment below, let us know your thoughts, and share this video with fellow McLaren fans. Together, we can keep the papaya spirit alive. Until next time, stay fast, stay passionate, and keep cheering for McLaren.